Like you said earlier, this is the result of your 8-hour meeting.
Yeah.
You know, you guys talked for 8 straight hours, and these 4
Here
little
we are.
blocks are what you got out of it.
Yeah.
What was your initial reaction to them?
Man, okay, like piece by piece or just going through the whole process? Because
well, we can go piece by piece because that's
Okay.
how they were presented
Yeah.
to you.
Gotcha.
So if you want to just kind of like really quickly, like what you thought of each one.
You want to go first?
Initially, this one, I saw the little squirrels, the swivels and that, and I was like, like that's too traditional for me. This one I was like, oh, I love the colors and I love everything about that, but I feel like that's done before. I saw this one and I loved the colors of this one. It looked different enough, adventurous enough. It had words on it that I loved. This one just reminded me of fun, the beach. I loved the colors of this one, but it was busy. And I knew Josh wasn't going to like that one.
I think the way they did them was kind of nice too, because this one is like totally like, yeah, that's beer, man cave type stuff, totally cozy right there. And then this was making it a little softer, more colorful. And then I saw this and I knew right away she was going to love it, and it grew on me. And then this one, I can't even look at it for too long.
Did you not like this one at first?
No, I did.
Oh, okay.
I did. There's parts I think the closer I looked at it, the more I liked it and saw some of this traditional type stuff in it. Because like far away and me being like partly blind, it looks really modern.
What did you love first?
I liked this one the most first, and then I liked this one better than that one, but I started liking this more and more the more we talked about it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it definitely went from like almost like safe bet all the way to like, oh my gosh.
That was your safe bet? This is the most risky for me. I do
really?
like this, but this is.
No, that's like home for me right there.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, not for me.
Does that make it easier or harder to make a final decision if you're both sort of, because it seems like you're obviously leaning mostly towards different ones. Like he's leaning towards this one. You, I think, loved
this one.
Yeah. So does that make it easier or more difficult to come to a consensus, because you got to kind of pick one thing?
Right.
No, because we do stuff like this the way we do in our marriage, where I'm always right and she can deal. No, no. I think I doing the design now for our stuff. I always second guess, third guess, fourth guess myself, and I think it gets her to the point where she's like, "Gosh, just pick one."
Yeah.
And so to have someone else doing it and just get a look, I think and being able to talk with her about it's been more helpful to find a consensus, because I'm not set or anything. I didn't sweat over this. I didn't put all the thought process behind this top one. I just get to see someone else took that idea that I've been going for, or scratching at, not able to produce, and they said, here it is on a board. Mm-hmm. And I go, oh, I like that. And then they get to compare what she really likes on a board, and then compare them against each other with direct questions. Like, it's helpful. We've never done it that way. So this was extremely helpful for us to find what it is that I like about that and how that can be implemented in an area that she likes stuff too. So this is easier, I think, than any.
Yeah. And every single one of these had something that both of us liked, because it's from the conclusion that came from last time. I wonder, like, if I knew that you might have liked this one, if I would have completely ruled it out. But I knew instantly when I saw it, I was like, Josh will not like that. So it's not even an option in my head. Like, I just know that. But I mean, that's just, we're a partnership, so that's how we run our business. We're a team. Yeah. So.
And I know I can be wrong.
Yeah.
So.
Like, I'm not going to pick something that I know you're going to hate.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I don't hate this one.
Question: how did this meet your expectations? Like, versus what you expected, and now, how do you feel? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. So my expectations going into this, and then afterwards is, I've never seen a Stylescape before, so I had very just open or not really any specific expectations at all. So it was really cool to see, pretty, pure examples of what a traditional approach would be, and then something, a little different. So I think it exceeded it because I maybe thought we were going to be seeing a lot of different blends of what we came up with rather than maybe a more singular approach on one type of style. So
Same.
So I had very low expectations, and then what I loved about it was we're definitely picking a lane with one of these, and then going to be able to stay in that lane, and I like that. So I did not see that coming.
Yeah,
So
I
it's
think
cool.
along the same lines, I was expecting like one thing with like a little aspect of certain things all across the one board. So this is, like Josh said, this is really cool to have one thing that we can kind of go with, and they're going to tweak. But I love how they're taking, you know, our thoughts and everything that we talked about last meeting. They're really considering it, and it's really like I have tons of confidence. So, yeah.
Does your knowledge of your customer base make it easier for you to choose for them, or did you feel like there was a tension there where you're like, oh, I really want this, but it's not really what, I mean, was there a tension there, or do you feel it was pretty easy to like walk away from what you love the most to what you need?
I think we luck out because I feel like we are our customer base. I mean, we have a pretty broad one, but I definitely would be a craft beer nerd, lean on snob guy, and she is like a fun mom who goes and does fun things. So and that's kind of been our major demographics, and so it's worked out so far, leaning into the stuff that we like and the stuff we see our peers doing.
Yeah.
It easily translates. Yeah, we kind of
I think there was a
get
little
an
bit
advantage
of
there.
there was a little bit of with this one. I think that you were drawn to that. I don't know.
Maybe
I
as a
think
preference that our customers don't have. So yeah, it's not hard for me to say if I can recognize that and they can show me and say,
yeah.
this is what it looks like in the beer world and in a Stylescape. Do you think that resonates with your customer? Now I can finally see like a pure version of what I've been going after and be like, huh, maybe that isn't just a me thing. And I like beer components in this me thing, but that's not translating very well to our customers what we're all about. And so that was helpful. So I
Our
think
customers are so down to earth that I think that like if you did choose some elements of this, it wouldn't be,
yeah.
you know, off-putting.
Is there anything in the meeting with Ben and Matthew that you felt like you wanted to say but you didn't say?
I felt like I wasn't talking enough because it, like I said before, this is this is our baby. So seeing our name on something that someone else poured into, you know, this is art. I felt bad not not applauding them, and but yeah, I just wanted to soak it all in. So
Yeah, I think there was. I said everything that I
yeah.
wanted to say. I had probably had a few jokes that I held back, and now I can't remember them. So I'm sorry. I know everybody wants to hear those jokes, but no, yeah.
I feel like they have created a space where we can be pretty
Yeah.
honest with them. I don't
Totally.
feel like I'm gonna offend them by saying I don't like something. So yeah.
In fact, if I knew what to say to offend Ben, I would just say it for the sake of offending Ben. So if you guys have any pointers.
And I think they appreciate it too. I mean, this is not something that I don't think they want us to be honest with this.
Yeah, because this isn't their. I
their-
totally feel like this isn't their preference on paper. Like this is what you should be doing, stupid. Like they're putting a lot of effort into
Right.
figuring out.
Yeah.
Like trying to get in our brains and be like, what is it that you guys are? And so I don't feel like I could offend them by tearing this apart. I would just offend myself because they did such a good job of just pulling out from us what, taking that spaghetti brain diagram and trying to be like, well, here it is. Like, here's those words visually. So
There is a little bit in my head. I don't know if you felt this, but where I was feeling like, oh, I better like say everything I need to say right now, or else they're going to give us next time something that we don't like. Not that we don't like any of this stuff, but just for the next thing.
yeah, because the point of this exercise is to create clarity, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you wanna
So
make
when I
sure-
wasn't talking because I was soaking it on, I was like, gosh, I need to articulate my thoughts into words so that I can get it all out so that they know what to produce next time. But that was it. So,
Okay, I've got
Yeah.
another question.
sure.
How would you handle the situation if after this happened you guys were just totally like not happy with anything? How would you
with this whole, if
The whole
there wasn't
process?
one board that we liked,
like if none of these boards is what you liked and you felt like they missed the mark completely, how would you handle that?
I would
I think
hopefully
we'd be
be honest
honest.
and tell them, but I would hope that's what we would do,
Yeah.
you know, because the further you get into this without, you know, voicing that up front, it's just going to get worse and worse, I think, you know.
Yeah.
So I think that's how we probably be the only way to handle it, is to be
Right.
like, I don't see anything here that I want. But
And I
that's
think-
luckily not the case.
Yeah, I
Too
think-
many good options.
They were very clear in the beginning of the meeting last time that, you know, let's just be honest, and this is an open, safe space from start to finish. And Josh and I, we try to be honest too. So, yeah, it's not hard for us.
So you feel pretty encouraged to have the confidence. to
Totally.
do that.
Yeah, I've never gotten the feeling like they're gonna be mad at us or offended by something, which I know can be, you know, because Josh is creative, so I know how sensitive,
Yeah.
you know,
no,
people
yeah.
people
Well, and
can
one
get.
thing I appreciate with all this, they were very close to the chest with it. So they didn't show their cards in terms of what, afterwards they said, oh, we thought you would pick this or this
Right.
is what we liked and stuff like that. I feel like if they had upsold one going into it, then I would maybe have been more reserved. But the way they just brought them out one at a time, like, tell us what you think, tell
Yeah.
us what you think, all the way down. So if it was just like, it'd be real comfortable in that spot, like, I don't like that, don't like that, don't like that, get to the bottom, like, oh, nothing yet. But if they were like, now here's the one that we like, here it is, you might be like, oh gosh, I don't want to hurt their feelings.
Totally.
But, you know, but
Yeah.
that didn't happen, luckily, you know. So I think the way they approached it by just getting our feedback initially left it nice and open for us to be honest and, you know, so.
And at the last meeting, they were so thorough in making sure that not only Josh and I were on the same page with our like final, so each round we got to like recap what we had talked about during that section. So they made sure that Josh and I were on the same page, but then also that we were all, like the whole team was on the same page. So none of this is a shock to us. Like we're not, like nothing is like, oh wow, why did they pick that? Like, I can see elements in every single one of them that represent us.
Yeah.
There was a moment where, like at the end, when they said, you asked them, which ones did you guys like? And they flipped over the two that you guys had said
Yeah.
no to.
Yeah.
Could you talk about how you felt there?
Yeah, no, I got it because when I saw this one, I knew exactly where they were going for, and I do like it. I do. So when he flipped it back over, like, oh, we thought you guys would land here. I'm like, oh, I totally get it. I think we probably try and do stuff like that, or
Yeah.
I know I enjoy things like this. When they flipped this one over, I wanted to hit him in the face with. No, I'm just kidding. No, I could see why they would see this and think like, I bet Kristen will like this one. And maybe that was what their thought process is. One is like, Josh will like this, she'll like this.
And I do like that, but I
yeah.
also like him.
So he knew I would be like, that's
Yeah,
just a little
I
too
knew
much
that
for
he
me.
wouldn't like that.
Yeah, so I would have been as equally surprised if they picked the other ones or
Yeah.
didn't.
I feel like,
yeah.
this is kind of like a blend in a way. I don't know.
Yeah.
How do you think they felt?
I don't give two rats. I'm just gonna. How do I think they felt? I know. I'm just kidding. I don't know. I hope they feel like, okay, we got some clarity on it. They have all the lingo and how to talk about it, so they can break down like, okay, what is it that you like about this? Is
Yeah.
it the stamp over that, or the overlay, the technical
Right.
stuff? So I feel like hopefully, since they made these and they found what we like, they walk away with, okay, we know now how to continue to approach this project and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So hopefully they're encouraged and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, and I think
I think they feel encouraged.
like with this one, this is a big thing about this is the hand painting signs, which is not, I didn't see that at first. They had to point that out to me.
Because when I hand paint a sign, it's very obvious. There's like drippy paint, you know.
Yeah, so I could see why, and that was something we discussed at the last meeting, was I like the traditional look of like that era. So I could see why they picked that one.
One of the big things that I feel like you guys push is heritage. So do you feel like you're getting that quality out of the stylescapes that you picked? Do you feel like you're getting that feeling out of it?
Well, it's kind of interesting because we still are a young company. It's not like our company has this heritage or this history that they can pull from and bring into this new thing. So I do kind of like, I think they found like a universal almost way with this one that people could pass down traditions or teachings with like a badge type Boy Scout thing, or this stamp of almost like, you accomplished this milestone. Boom. I feel like there are elements that like maybe people can relate to across all types of, all type walks of life, like these little tokens you get along the way, or, like high peak moments in your life. Like, remember when we did that?
Milestones.
Milestones.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. But this is also, it's done in a way that doesn't seem intimidating or seem like a milestone mark. It's friendly, it's inviting, it's a beer you want to open. So I think there's almost like an adventurous story behind this idea of these badges and these stamps and all the overlays and stuff. That is a softer approach on what my interpretation of tradition and heritage would be something older, dated, gold, but so it's a cool, fun take on that.
Yeah.
For sure.
And you like that it's different from what you expected?
I do, yeah, I do. Because I think if this is my interpretation of heritage and tradition, she sees that as like man cage garage, like log cabin. And so I don't communicate to that. So like, where's a more universal way for us to meet in the middle where people would be like, oh, I see this as like a family tradition thing they're going with here, and I can get on board with that.
Yeah.
So I would lose our customer Jessica with stuff like this. She wouldn't pick up on that. Maybe Kurt would, but I feel like they could both pick up on this.
And one of the reasons we reached out to you guys was because we're limited. It's just him and I, so it's really cool to have someone else come in and say, professionals come in and say, try this or do this, or this is what we came up with for charming, and this is what we think rustic looks like.